folks, I am Amruta Mishra. I work for Intel as a principal engineer in the data center and AI group. My primary focus, if you want me to say in a very layman language, is to reduce the power of the data centers that the data centers are taking today in the world and making the data center more green. That's my job. So I optimize different workloads of the applications that is running on the servers of Intel, and also I try to reduce the power. That's my core job. That's my day job. Apart from that, I also work on a lot of innovation. So I work on writing patents and filing patents. So that's my other hobby, or I like that. I like to do that. So first of all, guys, like you need to love or like something to pursue a longer career on that, right? Like it's not 1 year or 2 year. Your career spans over 20 to 30 years. Unless you enjoy it, you like it, you will not be able to pursue it for a longer duration. That is the first thing. The second thing is, we should not go by the trend. So you need to prioritize what you like. Frankly speaking, when I studied engineering, I really wanted to take electrical or electronics engineering. I never wanted to study computer science. Thank God I didn't get also in my college, but I wanted electronics or electrical. Now, coming back to how you move in the career. So I right now work in a semiconductor company, and we definitely, the core knowledge you need is your basic electronics. The microprocessor, the microcontroller, definitely what you study in your college is very useful. And even today, I use whatever we have studied long back. I have to brush it again and again, like the VF curve that we had studied in college, like how the voltage and frequency vary with each other. So all those things we again and again use even today. So if you really want to pursue a career in the semiconductor field, I would suggest definitely your basics on the electronics or in the VLSI sector should be very clear. And now I'm hearing Government of India is also coming out with a lot of courses to promote more semiconductor like opportunities or employment in India. So those will be the courses which probably one should take up to have a longer duration career in this. Now, the second thing, so you definitely have to have the basics of the technical stuff, but that is not the only thing. Once you move up in the career, you need to understand how the semiconductor industry is, like who are your competitors, what are the new technologies that they are getting, and how you are moving. So all this is definitely needed, and maybe at a later point of time, having some business knowledge of your domain or your adjacent domains, it's a must have. So in semiconductor, there are various what I said, various sections of it. So in my company, there are a lot of process engineers who are from the chemical background. So they have studied chemical engineering and they have joined Intel as the process engineers. Then there are a lot of computer science engineers, like who have, see, we are making computers or servers, so you need to know the computers in order to build them, right? So there are many computer science engineers. And then there are also UI designers, and also there are chip designers who really work on like how are the placements should be, how should be the packaging. So you need various engineering stream, mainly electronics, electrical. Then you have the process engineers, which are chemical, and then computer science. These are the 4 branches which are dominant, but you can have like material science, that is also a big area for for the semiconductor industry. So these are few branches that normally come into like you can opt for a career in semiconductor. So if you are doing a pure science and you want to get into the industry, so if you think of any companies in this field like technology or semiconductor field, they will have a research firm. Most of them will have a research firm or research arm, I should say, not firm, research arm, that is labs or whatever. So in those particular section of the company, you need the pure researcher. Like, what are the next? So that comes more from a pure science background. For example, in my company, there are a lot of people who are from IISc, who has done their MS and then PhDs from Indian Institute of Science, and they have joined. So they are more into the research, maybe not in the business units like me, but they do actual innovation of the what is next for the company, and then probably we work in the business unit to get the money out of it, get the revenue out of it. But yeah, definitely. So that's a very good question, Sunti. What happens is normally we study in engineering colleges, and probably we forget about a big interaction that should have happened between us, like the students and the industry. So if you see in other countries, right, they get exposure to the industry at a pretty early stage of the engineering, like maybe in the initial semesters, etc. Whereas in India, probably we don't get that. Like, we have a few of the internship, like, which is a good learning. But what I would suggest is the students who are really doing engineering, pursuing their engineering, in order to learn actual, like, what will be the working, like when they join the industry, what kind of work they will do, they should probably do projects with collaboration of the industry, with the industry, at a not only to satisfy their curriculum but also extra ones. Like, I have seen students, particularly from the IITs and all, they also have curriculum that only one semester they have to go and work in the industry for a like getting certain credits, but they try to extend that internship. They also work with other, like from their training and placement and all, to other companies or the industry, and get projects. Also, they do their own like they want to know what is happening around the world, so they get projects which are of importance today, which are the real problems today, and they try to publish those projects in the conferences, also like IEEE conferences, or in like industry standard. There are a lot of forums that happens. So what I'm trying to say is, only curriculum will not make us employable by the end of our 8 semesters, or whichever how many years you are studying. These extra things that you are trying to do by presenting your project in a conference, or working with certain industries who are able to give you this opportunity of doing internship, like outside of your regular curriculum, these will help in when you join the industry. An example I can give you, like when I'm scanning the resumes, there are like good resume and bad resume, I would say. Like, I'm telling about the freshers or the kids in the 3rd year who want to join the industry as interns, right? So if you see the students who are coming from like top colleges, or like who are pretty good, you will definitely see that they already have a GitHub. They have many projects listed in that GitHub. They would have already participated in many of these kind of conferences. like Linux conference or open source conferences, and they already know what are the top industry challenges. So whereas the other students, like the two extreme end I'm talking, the other end, you will simply find students, they have done only their college project, and the projects that they are doing is most of the time it's very common. Like if you scan through 100 resume, the theme will be 3 or 4. So it's very similar. So what I'm trying to say is, come out of your like cocoon or whatever, see what is happening, see the resumes of your own maybe I would not say the classmates, but who are at your age group or in your semesters, but outside of your college, then you will get an idea that what is happening outside. Yep. Because if you remember, when we were studying, there was no concept of mentor, right? We only look up to people like whom our parents might be introducing us. Okay, this guy or some neighbor's kid, or in our relative, somebody who has done something similar 2-3 years before. So they really don't mentor you. You just look up to them, try to become like that, right? Like there is no like what you can see is their achievements, which is common, which everybody can see, but how they moved there, what all they did there, it's a tribal knowledge, I would say. It was not shared among many of them. Now after joining the industry, like in the good companies and in the organizations, there is always a mentor mentee like formal system, right? And I personally have like got a lot of advantage because of that. Like I always had like tremendous like who are like they have a huge impact on my career, those mentors. And definitely we would like to give it, like pay it forward, right, to mentor the next level of people in the STEM, or the girls or whoever as like bright students. Definitely the one things which we did not get during our time, definitely we would like to do it. Like you won't believe, when I joined my career first job, I was not very sure like what is system software versus what is a application software. Like I knew, but what exactly it does, like how it interacts with the hardware, how it goes, really does a driver work. We had a very theoretical knowledge. We never knew that, oh, you really, these things happens when you write this code, right? So those gaps, like practical knowledge versus what you are studying in college, that can be bridged with a mentor. If you regularly interact, that will open up your mind. Also you will get a path. Okay, this is what I have done, what is next? So you will get a path of it. So guys, the MaxxUP is actually an excellent initiative. It is what all I spoke just now, like it actually bridges all that gap. And I wish in our time we had MaxxUP, where like you can really learn something skill based rather than theoretical, and also learn from the mentors or people who are really working already, they are ahead of you and they can pull you up, right? So I would really like suggest all of you to go through this path. Thank you.